Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Friday, January 31st. I cannot believe it is almost February. Crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. Are we having fun, Jeannie? Is this fun? What do we have to talk about today? Jeannie's, it's the poinsettia class that you're doing today, correct?
Why, yes it is. So you should have,
I look at Jeannie's outfit and
chair's gonna kill me.
All I can think is at what point today Jeannie's gonna go, Patrick, you gotta clean this.
I don't think he's funny. And he makes me sound like I'm a slob, and I'm not a slob. I don't think you're funny.
Can I point it
You're
out today
laughing.
when you yell and tell me to clean something?
Yeah, let's see if it really happens. Sounds like he makes it sound like it happens every day. It does sometimes happen. And when it happens, I do point it out because he does the laundry. So I need to make sure that he's on top of it. And somebody even, who sent those to me? Somebody sent me those little stickers that have an arrow on it. So I could like
Laundry
mark.
stickers?
I don't even know. I think they were probably more like office stickers. And so I could mark my, the oopsies on my clothing so he wouldn't miss it. But I do point it out. I'm like, see this? You better get it out when you do the laundry. It's just a joke between us. I don't want you to think I'm like this horrible ogre. Right? It's our... We laugh about it, don't we? Don't we laugh? Okay, look what came in yesterday. Da, da. Okay, so this is the embellishment kit for hopping down the bunny trail, and it is so cute. I always go, I'm not going to get it because I have so much. I mean, have you ever seen the thing I like pull out that has all the embellishments in it? But then you look in this and you're like, oh, you got to get it because it has those cute little buttons, and it has like this special rope, and then I know it's hard to see because the ring light. But so embellishment kits and designs are in. What is not in are the fabric kits. So I did get shipping confirmation on those, but it takes at least 2 to 3 days to get to me, so I'm not going to have those until Tuesday. But if your order just has these, or just this, or just this, guess what I'm going to be shipping today? So that's going to go out. And don't forget, our So Long's going to start on the 14th, Valentine's Day, because we love bunnies and things that hop down the bunny trail. So get your stuff. Get your stuff, get it ordered, and we're going to be stitching out. So, oh yeah, the poinsettia class is so much fun. So get your stuff ready for that. Your stuff should be layered. Your fabric should be, your thread color should be picked out. And you should have printed out the layout, the whole layout, and then template 1. And if you can, cut it out right now. Or I'm just going to have you cut it out while we're chatting. Mine's already cut out and ready to go. I didn't tell you to do that. Dun, 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 dun. Laundry. I call him my laundry wench. That's like what I call Patrick. And you like it, don't you? See? He's smiling, and that means joy. Joy.
Welcome to today's emasculation of Patrick.
Oh my goodness. You know what? When I'm not working anymore, I'm going to go back to doing the laundry because I like doing the laundry. I lay it on the floor and I look at the whole thing and I go, ooh, the cuffs are dirty. And I take the cuffs and I put them together and I spray them. And I do I flip it over. I go through all that's the kind of laundry I do and I like it. Patrick's just like.
That's not true.
That's what it seems like.
I look at the shirt and I think, did Jeannie yell at me about this shirt? That's my process. Did Jeannie yell at me about this shirt?
Patrick!
No, it looks okay. Did Jeannie? Oh God, there's salsa and there's grease and there is.
That is not true.
There's where, because when she drops something on her, it's not like there's a spot. It like hits her and then it rolls down.
That usually is what happens. It happens. Yeah, I'm like so thorough with my staining. So I don't really have much to talk about. Michelle and I decided yesterday, because we were sitting down in front of the Aveneer. Oh, I hooked up the stitch regulator, which of course I didn't want to get out the manual. So I was just poking the attachment in, and I was like, how do you get this in? How do you get it out? I think I did eventually pull out the manual and look at her. I liked it, the online manual, which I love too. It's faster than the one that was on the Solaris and the Luminaire. And I hooked up the stitch regulator, and I am not even a quilter, but I was like
how much have I talked about the stitch regulator?
It is
it's crazy.
It's
AI
amazing.
And stitch regulation. It's
can
crazy.
you explain to them how it works? Like what the AI does?
Well, so I couldn't understand because when they were, and we'll do a video with it at some point here, but when they were using the stitch regulator, I was like, all the other stitch regulators I've seen, the BSR, the optical stitch regulators on the Handy Quilter made Baby Lock products, those, they're kind of herky-jerky. And that doesn't mean that they don't work, but their feel is it's
they
not.
Still feel good.
But their feel is not smooth.
That's not true.
No.
I would disagree.
Well, so this is said between the difference between a user and a tech, right? They feel more herky-jerky. So when you use the stitch regulator on the Aveneer, it's smooth. And so I didn't have a true dedicated conversation with the engineers, but I did say something to that. It's funny because at kickoff, the Japanese guys are seated around a table, and every now and then you go over and can catch their attention and ask them some questions. So I'm like, listen, we know there's AI built into the machine. That's the hot term, right? Does that mean you can have a conversation with your machine? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is they've built intelligence into the machine. This is how picture play works, right? You can take a picture, pull it into the machine, push a button, and it creates a beautiful design in one of 17 styles, right? That's crazy technology. So my question was, is that same type of intelligence built in to the stitch regulator? And the answer was yes. So it's just smoother is what it is. And so in my mind, the way that works, and this is my mind, I'm not trying to make this up, but in my mind, what the machine is doing is almost it's kind of predicting and it's smoothing things out. It doesn't have that. And like I said, the other stitch regulators work. A lot of you have used the BSR for a long time. Some of you have machines like the Regent, where the optical stitch regulator, they work, but it doesn't have that kind of hard start feel to it. It just seems smoother to me. And even when I was talking to, it was his name is escaping me right now. I just think military hornblower. Who was the guy? He was one of our educators. He plays in the military band. He plays trumpet. Jerry Granada. Yeah, Jerry, if you're watching, no matter what, I always think he's the military musician guy.
Okay,
so
was he there? And
he was the one that was demoing the stitch regulator, and I was like, that's crazy smooth. And Jerry's like, yeah,
Oh my God. So we hooked it up because somebody came in and asked about a stitch regulator and I hadn't even hooked it up yet. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go, let me just go put it together and like give it a little go. It does, like, it reminds me of like the coronet, or you know, even the regalia, where it has the you can stitch with it and it can be intermittent or continuous, meaning like if you stop moving, the needle will stop moving, or you can do continuous where even when you stop, it does a couple slow stitches where it can anchor something. So if you're doing something with stars or points, but this is the foot. And I was like, does it go this way? Does it go this way? I couldn't even like figure out like how, you know, I was like, you know, you have the part where it screws on there and it does plug in. And then you have the attachment. So when I first put the attachment on, this is the open toe. So it comes with a closed toe, an open toe, and a echo quilting. And so I was looking at this going, okay, it has to screw on here. So the foot, it has a little slot right in the front, and I'll do a video, and it just pushes in. Is that so easy? And I was like, how do you get it out? I was like looking all over it, and then I noticed, because of course I wasn't reading the instructions, I noticed this little thing here, and I pushed it, and I was like, oh, that was it. Popped it right out. Awesome. It's pretty amazing. So, and if you think about the machine, the Aveneer, 14.1 inches of throat space. The tiara was what, 16 inches? I think 16 inches.
Yeah.
So you get 14 point, like that's a lot of throat space, and throat space means a lot when you're free motion quilting and you're working with a large quilt that you have to manage all of that fabric. So
well, the gal from All Brands, I can't think of her name right now, but they were the people that they had us in teams, and then we were moving from station to station. Like, she asked a question, and it was funny because where she was sitting around the machine, I was there, like, I don't know if they're a couple or not, but like, I think they were a couple, and one was sitting on my right, one was sitting on my left, just so like, they kind of put me in the middle, and then they were kind of swapping, and she was sitting on the arm side of the machine, and she made a comment about operating the machine from the arm with the stitch regulator, which is totally
like
possible too. Yeah,
like turning it,
which is totally possible too. And so I think,
oh yeah, I was doing it, and I was like looking this, I was like, look, I'm not even looking, and I wasn't even looking because it's so smooth. And then I was like sitting talking to somebody, I was like, look, one hand.
Well, and that was one of the things. Like, at one point there was a table that was made, I think it was for the Dream Machine. Like, Brother had a Dream Machine table that swung, so you could literally take the machine and turn it so that it was direct. It was 90 degrees from normal operation. But she asked that question about operation, like from the side of the machine rather than from the front of the machine, and the machine totally works that way.
Yeah, I think you could probably go from any angle.
Oh,
it was
I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure. And
I was doing this, and I was doing this, and I was doing
like
this.
Jerry, when we were talking about it and talking about how smooth it was, and actually like moving it and kind of feeling it, and it's funny because I hadn't really thought about it, but it does feel more like a machine on a frame from like how smooth it is. There's just something to those other optical stitch regulators on the flatbed machines, or even like the Regent.
There are some
that feels like there's just something to it where it's just not that smooth. So I was like, so is there intelligence built into that foot? Like, is the machine kind of like, is there some prediction there? And there's definitely an algorithm driving the foot.
Oh shoot! Do I have to get to class?
So,
I gotta go because I can't remember if my class starts at. Hey Michelle, would you look and see? Do I start at 10 or do I start at 10:30? So somebody just asked if Hoppin' Down the Bunny Trail was a CD or a digital download. It is definitely it's a CD. Does it say CD on this? So it is a CD. You will buy from our store, whatever store you want to support. You will buy the CD, the embellishment kit, the fabric kit, and thread if you want that from us. The only thing you're going to get from Kimberbell for this is going to be the background quilting, and there is background quilting that goes with this. And like I said, order it now. I'm going to do my first sew along, or the prep video. I'm going to be doing that on February 14th. Faye asked about stitch regulator. So the stitch regulator means that no matter how fast or slow you move, your stitches are going to be the same.
The machine regulates the stitches either to time or space.
I did notice I was setting off the alarm.
Where you were moving too fast.
So I don't know how many stitches per minute.
Well,
is
I'm
it
sure
going to be
it's
1,050 stitches per minute?
Yeah.
So you can't be like doing this, but you can still move fairly quickly, and the stitches are going to be even. So it took that. Are you okay? We had people tripping yesterday. So it just takes that. It just takes that you having to control your speed to make everything look good. And it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So there are, I find that with these machines, as they get more features, it really becomes more quilt broidery and quilting, and it's not just an embroidery machine.
We know some very large dealers in the long arm space, and like that long arm industry is feeling that. Like the long arm industry has been completely impacted by the fact that quilt broidery is now a thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
yeah, you could definitely use the templates with it.
So
I don't see any reason why you couldn't.
Couple of quick questions here. Somebody asked what the package is with the brother Aveneer. Our shop works differently than a lot of shops. A lot of shops just advertise the machine with a package. That's not how I work, because some people were interested in the package.
Time is my class?
Some 10.
Okay,
Some people were interested in the package.
I'll see you. I will do
a
demo video. I will do a demo video on the stitch regulator, because it is like.
Do we have a question?
It's amazing. I heard you the first time, but I was talking to the folks. I don't have one.
Okay, I will see if I can come up with one.
Valentine's Day is coming up, and maybe Patrick needs some ideas. And you could tell us.
I could remind Jeannie the morning of Valentine's Day that it was Valentine's Day, and she'd be like, "It's Valentine's Day."
No, that's not true. I'm very romantic on Valentine's Day.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I'll see you guys soon.
So some shops are advertising the machine with the bundle, and you don't really get a choice. Like in my store, what I find is some people are more interested in just the machine. And then I base the deals that we handle on the price of the machine. And then I pretty much am just moving the bundle at cost if it's something that people want, which I think makes the bundle a great value. That said, the bundle for the Aveneer, Brothers bundle for the Aveneer, is the luggage, which is beautiful luggage, the BES Silver software, the Angela Wolf Masterclass, and the Angela Wolf thread set. Brother did do something where for the pre-orders, and that's been a question from folks. So in my world, we pre-sold 26 machines. So those first 26 customers are receiving a wireless mouse and also a wide extension table because of the delays in the launch of the machine. But that is the package that was put together. And then, as I said, in my shop, you're given the choice of whether you want that or not. For the customers, if you are buying the machine now, we could also bundle it with the wireless mouse and the extension table. But quite frankly, there would be an additional expense to that because it's beyond those initial pre-orders. Does luggage from the Baby Lock Solaris machine fit the new Aveneer? It would, but what makes me nervous about that is there were some issues around that original Solaris luggage with the wheels breaking, and the solution to that is we can replace those wheels. Like the frame of that luggage just comes apart and you can pop those wheels off and put them on. I do have a large selection of those wheels. But the embroidery unit bag would not fit the Aveneer embroidery unit. And so, only the rolling trolley would fit the base of the machine. And what's funny is the machine has gotten bigger, but the actual machine itself really isn't any heavier. The embroidery unit is. That Brother luggage is really, really nice. And at the price for which I'm selling the bundle, what I've told anybody is, like, if you are interested in Bia Silver, or if you are interested in Angela Wolf, or if you are interested in just one of those kind of three pieces, then the bundle makes a lot of sense, because it would cost me roughly the same amount to get just the luggage for you. And that luggage is really, really nice. Like the rest of the Brother luggage, that embroidery unit bag really protects the embroidery unit. With my used Solarises, like I really was a huge fan of the Brother luggage for the Luminaire as well. So once we kind of got beyond the initial Solaris packages, I was just buying the Brother luggage, and some of our customers bought Solarises and got the Brother luggage because of that embroidery unit bundle. And so at the very end, I actually bought some Brother luggage. So for my local ladies that are buying the used machines, they would have that option if they wanted nice luggage. That Brother luggage is really nice. Yeah, I can tell you with certainty the embroidery arm will not fit. Like it is a totally different setup with the embroidery arm. Let's make sure. She wants us to tell you what to give her for Valentine's Day. Well, how about the question for the day is just, what do you do to celebrate Valentine's Day? Future, present, past. What were your favorite things to do to celebrate Valentine's Day? Keep in mind, the question is answered below after the live stream ends. It doesn't happen on the viewers' right-hand side here. It happens over there. That is the live chat. And so I think that's it for me, unless there are any other questions. Let's see. We did not get tracking on cutting mats. We will let you know when we do. We're working on that actively. We've been in touch with Martelli to kind of be like, hey, what?
We do have tracking, so it'll be here next week. And then the rest of the stuff she said they sent out yesterday too. Like that.
Oh, so they went out.
So I think we'll have everything next week.
So we should have everything next week,
But
Jeannie.
You know what we need? Like, I think we need to go through the drop ship and the table. We need to like all of it.
So tables, like a handful of folks have reached out about tables. I will reach out to Martelli regarding those tables to figure out exactly what is going on. Several of our customers found out about their tables when their tables arrived. So they have said, check your junk mail, but some of those customers had said that they had not received tracking. So just keep an open eye in your mail for that. But I am going to reach out about a couple of folks' tables today. And have a wonderful afternoon. And we will see you on Tuesday for the giveaway. And I'm not sure what we're giving away, but it'll be awesome. All right. Take care.